Just to start off, I'm an eco-centric artist, and I only recycle materials, and sustainability is very important to me. And especially when NFT started, it was not at all sustainable, and it used way too much energy. But so that's why I put it on the back burner, because I'd heard about them, and I thought it was a real interesting media to get involved with. But because it was not green at all, it used so much energy, I did not want to get involved. But more recently, it is clean crypto, and you can get involved with it, and it's not burning too much energy, and it is sustainable. So I want you to know that right away.
No idea.
And I got started with it just to know through another artist. Her name is June Kim. She is from Gallery 825, or the LA Art Association, and she was in my critique group, so we became friends. Her art, she's Korean. She makes these large installations. They're kind of a plexiglass type of thing, and she wraps this red thread throughout the entire thing. And she was one of the first people, because her job is doing computer-generated art, like commercially, so she's very adept at the computer. So she was one of the first to do NFTs, and she gave a lecture for the LA Art Association, so I went to that, and that's where I got the bug. And this is kind of the worksheet that she gave to me, and I followed it, and I do have a minted collection. And just to know that June Kim taught me this, and all NFT artists, they support each other. There's no competition, and they have collector groups. And the reason I really wanted to get involved with it is because I have no more wall space, and I do want to collect art, and I do want to support you guys. But I don't know, where am I going to put, your lovely painting on the windmill? I mean, so this is a way for me to still support artists, because you can have an NFT on your phone, and you can swap them. And all NFT artists, they buy each other's work, and they're always swapping and exchanging. And so I can have it on my phone. I can collect your art, and it's just right here. So that's why I really was very intrigued with the whole thing. So let's see here. This is a workshop, and it's monetizing your artwork in the metaverse. Okay, what is an NFT? It is a non-fungible token. A token is something of value. It can be a cryptocurrency, or it can be an art piece, but it's on the computer. It's in the metaverse. And non-fungible means fungible is like dollars, where you can change it. Well, non-fungible is once you mint it, it's there forever. You can delete it, but you can't change it. That's what non-fungible is. And for us artists, art NFTs, which is its own world, it's a digital version of your art. And I told you what June Kim did. She just took pictures of her art, and those are NFTs. She's done really well. And again, in these support groups, she's in this group called Supporting Asian Women. She's Asian. And I'm like, well, I don't want to join that. I'm not Asian. She goes, yes, no, because remember last year they were suppressed group. Well, you can join a group even though you're not maybe of that ilk, but just to support them. So again, they do like to help each other out. Anyway, that's okay. Now the little clincher on that is that if you have an NFT, and if you have a JPEG of your artwork, if it has some sort of a little tiny movement, that's where the animators get into it. They do gaming, and music people do their thing, and real estate. There's a whole world of different NFTs to buy, and they're collectibles. But if it has some sort of a teeny little movement, I've heard that it does better than if you just have still art. But if you want to start by making a collection, and we're talking $5 here, it's not much to get involved with this. Just do stills of your work if you just want to try that. Also, you can make a collection, and then you can erase it. Anyway.
Do you have to do everything in Bitcoin?
Yes. Okay. That is a big clincher, and that was a learning curve, but it was good for my brain. So, okay, cryptocurrency and the blockchain. Yes, for an NFTs, it is. Well, there's one. I'll get back to that. There's one thing in here you can use dollars for. Okay, cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the big, huge, popular one that people buy they just invest in it and they buy really non-art things, like real estate or games, or it's really not a creative thing. And then there's another cryptocurrency called Ethereum, and they call it ETH, and that's really our art cryptocurrency. So you're going to be wanting to buy ETH. Now, also as part of Ethereum, they've invented another cryptocurrency called Polygon, and it's part of Ethereum, but it has less gas fees, so it's even cheaper to use. And I'll explain that. There's another one. Just to know, I started this a year ago, and I really wanted to be green, and I couldn't get into it because Ethereum was what you call proof of work. If it's creative, it's called proof of work. That means that it uses way too much energy. Ethereum was proof of work. Now, there's another cryptocurrency called Tezos. It's called proof of stake, and that means it's very green. It doesn't use a lot of energy. So I really wanted to get into the Tezos world, but that was just starting up. It was very obscure, and it was like a lot of avenues I went down, which were dead ends, because it's so new. Anyway, but in this whole process, also when you're working on it, things are changing all the time. They made Ethereum proof of stake. Okay, so it's really easy, and there's a bunch of platforms, and you just follow the instructions. Anybody can do it, and you're not going to have to worry about it not being green. Just to give you an example, before it was clean crypto, to make one NFT, you could power a house in a cold environment like Chicago for 3 days. It took that much energy to mint one NFT. When I first started, they said, you could power a city for 10 days. I mean, well, that...
How it uses energy.
Oh, okay, let me get there.
Okay.
Because it's on the computer. Okay, so, now, you do have to buy, you can buy it with dollar bills, you have to buy cryptocurrency. It's like the Swiss franc, or it's like the German mark. It's a currency, but it's decentralized, so no country owns it. We all own it. So that's a plus for some people because it's very independent. No one's going to be, it owns itself. We self-regulate it. So in a way, it's kind of scary because it's not regulated, but just anyway, whatever. It's not regulated. Okay, so you have to, this first step is you do have to buy cryptocurrency. You could buy, $50 worth. I started out with this whole thing by investing $300. I'm just telling you whatever. Because to me, if I took a class, I'm sure I'd be spending that much. So I just went ahead and bought through a company, and it's called Coinbase. And if you buy it, just go through Coinbase. It's online. They will answer the phone. That's another thing about cryptocurrencies, and they're decentralized. It's not like a bank. You go into the branch, or you talk to people. No, but if in any of these places, if you have a problem, you have to email them the problem, and they will get back to you. But to me, that's very alien. I'm from the 50s. I get on a phone.
Yeah.
But it's all anyway. I'm just telling you all this experience. But anyway. I still am glad I'm doing it.
This is very interesting. Thank you so much.
So anyway, so I'm just telling you, I did all these things because I was trying to do Tezos, remember?
Yep.
Tezos. Okay. So anyway, so go to Coinbase, but I've also bought on Binance. But don't worry. There's a whole bunch of places to buy.
Do they charge you a fee when you buy?
Yes. Okay. Now, how everybody makes all their money in all these different places, there's like it is a small amount of commissions everybody gets. So the first tiny commission you're going to pay is to Coinbase. It's just like if you go buy Swiss, francs, you're gonna have to pay. It's that kind of thing. Also, if you do this, they'll tell you exactly how much it costs. There's nothing as blind. So But anyway, just to know, Coinbase will answer the phone and answer your questions. It's the only supplier or source or point on here that will answer a phone. Out of all of these things that I've done, I'm just telling you. Okay, so you have to buy cryptocurrency. Okay, but you have to put it in a wallet. That's something else that you're going to have to start. It's a wallet. And the best one, and I've done different wallets, but the best one is called MetaMask. 10. Okay, just so you know, they don't have .com. It's because it's all, if it's .io, it's because it's decentralized. That's what that is all talking about. Okay, MetaMask, you have to get a wallet. It's free to get the wallet. It's called a blockchain digital wallet. Okay, then you link your Coinbase account to your MetaMask wallet, and then you can tell it, oh, send my Ethereum that I bought over into my wallet, you know, and then from your wallet, that's where you're going to purchase the stuff. So your wallet's where you can keep your artwork in there, or you know your NFTs in there, or you can keep your cryptocurrency in the wallet.
Ooh.
Anyway, MetaMask is the wallet. Okay, NFTs, platforms that make a difference. Okay, now platforms are where you can store and create and make your collections, and they house them, and some of them do a little bit of sales. And there's a lot of different ones, but I suggest if you're going to do this, just go to OpenSea. It's the biggest. They have, I think you can even talk to them on the phone, but they'll definitely get right back to you on emails if you have any questions. And it's really easy. It's really easy on OpenSea. It's just, they tell you exactly what to do, and I'll show you my collection that I have. You can mint one piece, or you can make a folder called a collection and mint a whole bunch of pieces in a collection. I have one collection that I made, and it's called, because I do these gemstones. I recycle materials, and my muse is making these gems on, you know, recycled things. So I made 12 of them, so they're birthstones. And then I name all of my paintings after gods of fire, which is sort of interesting. So it's called Birthstone Gods of Fire. That's my NFT collection, which I will show you. And I took pictures of my paintings, and I use iridescent paint. So I took it in the sun and in the shade, and it's the same picture, but with my husband's help, he had me blend them so it makes a little. Remember, I wanted a little movement, and he helped me. I have to tell you, on Final Cut Pro, but I think I could do it. And my daughter, actually, my daughter basically helped me. She's not like in school, whatever. But so I made a little. It has a little blend. I'll show you. So it's a little movement. Okay.
Is there an advantage to doing a collection as opposed to just separate? Do they charge you separate fees, or no, it's the same?
It's the same. The fees happen when you mint. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
Platforms. Okay, so OpenSea, I suggest just going there. But there's another one called Rarible, which is very good too. It's not curated, so you can just post your stuff. OpenSea is not curated. You and I can do it. OpenSea also sells games, and they sell all different kind of things as well as art. But it's really their biggest clients are art is for OpenSea. Then there's another one called Foundation app, and that you have to be invited to that one. And you have to have things already sold and minted to be on that one anyway, but I've heard that they are inviting people over there. Okay, and then I researched this one of Hick-a-Nuke. I mean, Hick-a-Nuke at XYZ. I mean, the reason I did that, I researched that whole thing, and this is made by like computer programs. These I could not understand. I could not understand the first page of what to do, and code comes down. I'm like, why don't you do this? But the reason I was doing that was, remember, I was back here being eco-centric, and I wanted Tezos, and Tezos is on Hick-a-Nuke. Well, anyway, you don't have to go through any of that because you don't. It's now behind us. I'm just telling you the stuff that I had to.
Thank you, SP.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Hick-a-Nuke. Okay, and then here's one where you can use dollar bills. Now this, the Venice Family Clinic, they have a art auction every year, and that's a really good place to, you know, if you're going to buy art, because it goes to the Venice Family Clinic. And they were selling NFTs. I did buy one there, and you could just use dollars to buy one there, and it's very easy. And I do have it, it's on my phone, and I can show people.
Cool.
But I don't. Just go to OpenSea. You're just All right. The reason why Nifty Gateway was they were able to work with the Venice Family Clinic, so I think that's why they went to. But it's a very good, reputable place. Okay, now this is where the money comes in. Gas fees and minting. When you first mint something, there's a little fee for the very first time that you do it. But we're not talking like a lot of money here. And then once you mint each one, it'll tell you too before you do it what percentage or what percentage of an ETH it's going to be. Also, ETH it's so expensive that I sell mine for 0.01 ETH because it's it's just a different currency. It's like you're going to Europe or something like that. Anyway, so but there's something, the gas fee. The gas fee is when you mint something. Now, when cryptocurrency was super, super popular and everyone was doing it, this is like when Beeples was making $60 million on he's a computer artist, those people. When it was hot, and he was on the Sotheby's, and Christie's, they were selling it, and he sold it for $60 million. Well, there were so many people minting that let's say you go at a popular time, and I don't know when that is, 10 o'clock on a Monday, I don't really know when it is because it's worldwide, they could charge you $40 to mint something. So you have to go when it's not, it'll tell you when it is, you're supposed to go at off times. But now hardly anyone's doing it, so it doesn't really matter. It's not very much money. I'm going to say it's maybe $5. Like when you compare that to a gallery and those kind of fees, anyway, I don't think it's very much.
So when you say mint something, is that to turn it digital or what?
Mint, yeah.
Upload it?
Okay, yeah. Let's say you have the PDF, okay, and that's on your computer, and you have your account on OpenSea. Your name is there, and if you want a collection, you can make a little banner for it, And then you want to, when you make it an NFT, that's called minting. Then it's an NFT, it's minted, you pay for it, it's sitting there, it's an NFT forever, unless you delete it. Then you list it. Are we there yet? Listing it is another thing. Just a second. Maybe I'm there. Yeah, I'm listing it. We're right here.
So the
smart contracts and copyright.
Is different from the gas fee?
Yes.
Or is it the same? Okay, different. So what is the gas fee?
Oh, when you first start.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, you can use gas fees. They kind of go back and forth. I usually just say, I'm going to say yes. Gas fees can be anything that you're purchasing on your wallet or with your Ethereum or your Bitcoin. Yes, anything you're paying for these things, you can call it a gas fee.
Okay, so it's their commission that they charge you.
Except when you buy Ethereum on Coinbase, that's not called a gas fee. Gas fees are NFT and gas. NFT makes NFTs, not just buying cryptocurrency.
So minting is.
I'm learning right now.
So minting is just basically a listing price.
Well, you haven't listed it yet. That's next.
Oh.
And here, that's
minting is a creation price.
Yeah, it's a creation to make an NFT, which puts it on the blockchain.
Okay, all right.
And forever.
I'm sorry, I meant a price for listing. Minting is a price for listing, and then you list. You do the list price. Yeah.
Yes. Let me think. Is there another fee for that? There could be another fee for that. I'm not quite. I'll have to think about this.
Woo.
But it's not much. I'm trying. It's like 0.0000 commission. I never had complained about that. Okay, so now it's called smart contracts and copyright. This is another thing artists like, because every time if you sell it and somebody else sells it, you can get a royalty on that. And what they suggest is putting when you list it, you have your NFT, it's minted, it's on OpenSea, and then right next to it you list it, and you can say, oh, I want to sell 1 copy of this one, or I'm going to list it 20 copies of one. You're right, there's a fee for that too, because it's more expensive to list 20 of them than to list just 1 of them. So you're right, there's gas fees there too. There's no surprises there, they'll tell you. It'll say right there. Okay. Okay, and then you can say right then and there, they say don't go over 20%, but you can go you can say royalties on this NFT in perpetuity are 10 to 20%. And that is called the smart contract, and that's built into the NFT.
So someone that buys your art can sell it to someone?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
okay.
And then
And
when
you
they
can
sell
watch
it to
it.
someone, you
You can
get
see them.
your
and you can
commission.
meet them and talk to them.
Unlike physical art, if somebody buys it and they sell it, you get nothing.
Yeah.
But I did it, and it's like no big deal. It's hooked into, you know how we are, as artists are really into Instagram? Well, a lot of these are gamers or they're computer people. Their whole world is Twitter. And I did start a Twitter account. Not that I ever use it, but you know what is when you mint something, it goes right into Twitter, and you can tag it everywhere. It's really Twitter friendly.
So
And
what
then,
will happen?
Also, you can go on Twitter and you can be friends with millions of other NFT artists. It is a forum, a way to sell. I'm not really using it right now. I just was so excited to mint this set. I kind of like I left it there. But that is a way to grow it. Because this is from June, who really sells her stuff. She has an international market. She sold quite a bit of things. Okay, so NFT people, they help each other. So just see at the end, at the bottom here, I put all of my contact information because I want to help NFT people. And June did the same thing with me. June made one of these sheets, and I went to her lecture at the LA Art Association. She's always available to me, and I call her because I'm interested. She loves it. I love it. I would be, if you want to call me with any kind of questions, I love it because I really want to stay abreast of the situation, and it really charges me up. And this world is about supporting other artists on the world. And so the Twitter's that one. But anyway, that's why I put all my personal information there because, again, I'd like to help you do it because again, another way to build and sell work and collections is we could swap art. I don't have to sell it, or I could buy one for little Eve and you buy a little one for me, whatever. And you build that way, is supporting each other. So I thought that's one of the reasons also that I liked it. Okay, the Twitter, and then another thing I've never done, but I know LA Art Association has one, and Lancaster has one that they're called Clubhouse, and you go there and you talk. I've never done it, but that's another way that a lot of NFT people do it is on Clubhouse. But
Wait,
I don't know.
is Clubhouse online or is it in person? Okay.
It's a platform. And another platform which I did not do, which they really are into. And if you're into it, and June told me, I called June and have a little specific question about Tezos, because remember she doesn't care so much about being green, but I was. So I'm asking her about Tezos. She doesn't know about Tezos, so she goes, go on to Discord, onto the Twitter Discord, and ask them because they'll get back to you right then. But the problem with Discord, why I never did that, they wanted my whole contact list, and so what June did, she made her own little contact list on here, which I'm not going to do, whatever. But with just a few people that she is on her Discord. I'm just showing you all these different levels.
Yeah.
I'm telling you all levels, and I'll just show you my little beginner level. Okay?
This is crazy.
But I mean, okay, so what is the future of NFTs and what to prepare for? Okay, here, I just put this little outline thing here. This is my version of the history of computing. Okay, the first there was the web in 1968, and that was just you and the computer doing one thing. You and the computer, just direct. Then came Web 2, and that's object-based, and that's kind of where we are now, but we are moving into 3. 2 is when I can go on the computer and I can use a software from over here, and I can talk to you over here, and you connect different people, and you can use computer analytics. You can use computers from different sources. But what is happening now, and what NFTs are part of, is called Web 3, and that's decentralized. So it's not part of like one company. It's all around the world. It self-regulates, but it is the Wild West. And just to see what really that means, that's the whole virtual worlds. That's part of 3. The metaverse. The metaverse is our world, but it's on the computer. Is that real? And you know, the whole AI thing, scary, whatever. That's called Web 3. Okay, so here and under that, the first NFT that you can do, the most simple one, is called 1 for 1. So I made an NFT on here, and then I minted 1. A lot of artists will mint 2, one to keep and one to send away. But I just made one of each. So that's the most simple thing, just to take a picture of your art, make an NFT, and just list it one. And then if you change your mind, you can make another one. I mean, anyway, whatever. Then the next, it's called generative. And that's where those computer people get involved, because there's these programs, and you see those faces, they make 10,000. And they're always like under $1 each. And that's a big thing. And all those different faces you get, and they use them, for your face, your little icon. That's these digital, they make a face, and they have 10 mouths, 25 eyes, these ears, and the computer will make 10,000. That's called generative.
Wow.
Now, next level is called dynamic. Okay, it's very interesting in that dynamic is, let's say I painted a picture of it, like people at a dinner. I'm just going to say the Last Supper, because we all know that. And there's all these apostles, they're at a table. I create that. And I take a picture of it, and I make a dynamic NFT of it. Each one of those characters I'm going to sell to a different person. You bought Peter, you bought John, okay? And we're all around the world. We don't know you, except for whatever information you want to give me. What your handle is when you buy something. They'll see who you are, if you want to be contacted or not. I could sell the table, or I could sell the food on the table, or the environment. And then all of us are involved with a story, and it evolves. Your artwork evolves, which is the concept. Okay, and one that they do a lot of for fundraising kind of stuff, where I did see one. It was a huge photograph of a child in Africa and his father, and it was a fundraising, and it was done in America, but fundraising for this father and child. And you could buy it was in a grid, and if everybody buys an NFT, and once you sell them all, he got like whatever $10,000. That is written in. You can make an NFT whatever you want. It's not just. I'm just telling you this so you can think about.
I was wondering how you sell separate things, but you answered.
You can in your smart contract. You can write whatever you want. But I just did 101. I'm just telling you. I'm just the baby. I did 101. That's my start. It's in the smart contract. But you can. It's really. The idea is very big.
So if you, let's say you were doing the Last Supper, if you sold all of the people and the food and everything there, how would it change? You said it could change.
It's computer. This is metaverse. This is a computer program which is beyond me. These are computer program. A lot of these are programmers and gamers, and there's programs that the generative thing. We could get that one and make that one. I'm not interested in it. To make 10,000, you can buy that program and make that. Where that's another program that's evolving and coming, and I'm sure by next week there'll be something else.
I like the idea of it being partially owned, by everyone. But then once you own Peter or Paul or the dish of fish or whatever, that's kind of the dead end, or how does it work after that?
You as the creator have to figure that out. Is it a finite date? Does it have to reach a certain place you want it to be? Is there a goal for them to reach, or is it indefinite?
So if you buy Peter, do you just get Peter?
Well, see, again, I am making the stuff, although I heard about this, is why I'm transferring it to you. I haven't seen it, but the concept seems to be alive to me. It has been done, but they are everything I'm talking about is a computer generated art. It's all on the computer. So I think it's here to stay.
Do NFTs increase in value?
Oh, it's just like our art. Like, people who got it, Beebles, he was at the top of the market when he was selling his for $60 million on Sotheby's or Christie's auction. That was when the whole thing was completely wild. Now this is called crypto winter. So it really, just like all markets, it's way up and down. Right now, it's way down.
Mm-hmm.
What's the norm? Because that's not normal. 60 million. Like if you were to sell, what are you looking at?
Mine are 0.1 ETH. So it's way less than $100.
So one Ethereum is equal to $100. 1 Ethereum.
Mine are less than that.
Okay.
Well, okay,
All right,
you'd have to look to see how much Ethereum is right now. It's probably, I forget, is it 300? I don't know. It's just like looking at European currency, and the French franc. Now it's all the euro, but who doesn't use the English pound compared to the dollar? You have to look at it's like that.
But it's not concrete. It's nothing concrete, right?
Everything's on the computer. There's no concrete anything.
Right. Just like Bitcoin.
Like if you were going to use your art as an NFT, you'd have to digitize it, so you'd have to take a picture of it. And with June Kim, the one who I met, she makes installations, she makes red thread, and she takes pictures of it, and that's her NFTs.
Is there a file size limit, or do they charge more for bigger files?
I think it does say under 10 meg, but that's like so big, I never had to worry about that.
Yeah, because
It'll tell you when you mint it. It'll tell. Oh, it'll tell you when you mint it. It'll tell you. There's a little thing that'll tell you.
Okay. And does OpenSea take care of the sales for you? So in other words, you just list it, and they let you know when something is sold.
They don't really promote it, although I think they're getting to the point they could be like a gallery, and you could do a promotion somehow with them. But I don't really know how to do that yet.
You think Threads is entering into this instead of Twitter?
Oh yeah, Threads.
I'm sure.
Say that again. What was your question?
Is Threads gonna be entering into this instead of Twitter?
I don't know what Threads is.
I've seen that.
It's Facebook's Twitter.
Oh, okay, then maybe yeah.
It's up to 70 million users in 3 days.
What?
Did it just open?
Yeah. Spread.
Because no one likes Elon. Oh, also, it does. You can when you mint, you can post not only to Twitter
but
instantly,
the
you
other
can do
guy-
Facebook.
My
He's no
boyfriend
better. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you my
Good
little
point.
collection.
Yes.
So mint means what? It's a collection,
Mint,
or
mint is when you take any kind of a digital thing that you have that you're going to be your art. It's digital, and it puts it on the blockchain. So you mentioned there's a gas fee for that. It's not much, any of this, but gas fees.
I see.
Well, you it'll tell you how much it is. Now remember, when it was hot, and Beagles was selling for 60 million, everyone was minting. Everyone, except for me, because I'm green. I wasn't minting, but they were all minting. And if you go during a popular hour, it would be $40 to mint something. Well, you just go off, you go on at a different time. It depends on how many are minting at that time. But now when I went on, it was like less than $1.
And once you pay that fee, that's it, right?
Yeah,
It's just
it
not
comes.
there.
It comes out of your wallet.
Mhm.
You know, the money you put in your wallet that's connected to OpenSea. They
And
take
then
it out.
when OpenSea sells, it puts money back in your wallet.
Yes. Mhm.
That's why it's good.
So can you
Yes.
only use it
It's
to
a
buy and sell
digital.
art? Like what do you do with
The Etsy
where to put money you have
takes
in
care of it for you.
wallet from NFT?
No
It
shipping
sits there,
required.
but I could transfer it. I could transfer it and make it dollars again. I've never done that.
Are there subscription fees for like
I've never taken dollars out.
Ethereum
I just put 'em in.
or Coinbase?
But again, I put $300.
Or
I did for
Meta?
learning, basically. But it's fun.
Have you
Say it
made some
again?
money?
Are there
Subscription?
monthly subscription fees like for OpenSea
No.
or for Coinbase or
No.
No.
Did you make some
Coinbase
money?
is basically a bank.
Okay. So let's say
They make your money when you when you transfer your dollars into ETH. They take a certain percentage, and they'll tell you right there. It's not much.
And then when you transfer back to dollar,
Another fee.
Yeah.
Have you sold NFTs?
I've never sold one, but I've minted them.
And how long have you?
But I'm in crypto winter. I only did it less than 6 months ago.
But you're
No
doing
one-
it because you're kind of fascinated by
I
this
am very interested
technology. You don't want to be
I
left
am.
behind.
Well, it's a
I
new
am.
world.
Well, I want to collect your art, and I don't have a place for your painting. I'm sorry, but I would like to have one of your pieces.
Just look on Twitter.
So I'll put it on
You
here.
can just say, well,
That way I own it. I give you some money for it, or you give me some money for mine.
She
or
supported
I
you.
give you my art for anyway, whatever.
Or you
I
sell
send
you
it to
trade it.
you.
I just thought it was fun.
collection.
I don't know.
You want the whole bird stuff?
Yes, I
collection?
do.
Oh, she's so funny.
But you know, how often do you get to witness the birth of a whole new currency?
Yeah, that's.